Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to really answer some of the questions that I get in comments all the time. Like I just read one where someone said, "Hey coach, is doing pressing movements every day a one-way ticket to Snap City?" People will say things like, "Well, how can I set up a 6-day upper lower or a push pull legs off?" And people ask me questions about programming that I don't write or endorse. I want people to think about why that is, and they need to think about all these programming questions that they have. And I think something that people forget that needs to be made clear over and over and over. You are not a special, unique snowflake. Okay? I don't care what your mommy told you growing up. Your mommy told you that you were special, and that's good for your self-esteem. And it's good for you to have a high self-esteem and feel good about yourself, but your mommy lied to you. You're not a special, unique, magical snowflake who has completely different needs from every other athlete on the face of the damn earth. Okay? You don't have magical different recovery abilities from 99.9% of the population. And if you were a special, unique snowflake in your training response like that, you would already know. Okay, if you're one of the outliers who either have just such a horrific training response that you get nothing from training, you would know. And if you were a genetic freak, you would already know. Right? Because if you were a genetic freak, you would have just run a bro split already, and you would already have a 300 bench and a 500 deadlift less than 2 years after walking into the gym, and probably have a ripped abs while eating junk food. Okay, if you're a genetic freak like that, you already know that you are. You don't have to ask. You don't go anywhere for advice. Okay, if you're a genetic freak, you probably don't even watch YouTube for advice because you make phenomenal gains doing any stupid, ridiculous shit as long as you train hard. Right? You don't need advice from anyone till you get hurt, of course. And then when the genetic freak gets hurt, then they need proper training. But they don't need proper training to make gains. Any stupid crap makes them jacked and strong. Doesn't even matter what it is. But they do get hurt just like everyone else with bad programming. So let's come over to the point. You're not unique snowflakes. You're not. And if you really have all these programming questions and people want to make good gains, I don't understand why they can't just run the templates that tons of great athletes have used for years and years that are time proven. Stuff like the conjugate stuff that I promote. People do understand this is time proven and it works for tons of athletes, even if you do some minor variations of it. It works. And if you keep stuff within your maximum recoverable volume and you program basic progression and you work hard, your injury rates are very low and you are going to make gains. All right? The frequencies and things are already sorted. And what do we mean by a conjugate? The perfect example. You run 2-day max effort, 2-day speed work, or you could even do repetition effort for the other 2 days. Okay? But the speed work just works just fine. You max on a sequence of different 1-rep max lifts, and then you do volume supplemental work within your maximum volume behind it. Okay? Upper, lower, 4-day a week. But really, it's bench twice a week and squat and deadlift twice a week is really how you look at it. But it's still upper, lower. Okay? You're a unique snowflake on your supplemental work, meaning your weak points and things that need more work are different from somebody else. But that's not addressed on the programming end, that's addressed on the exercise selection end. Right? Because you probably, in an ideal world, you want about 7 to 10 total working sets per muscle group twice a week. Okay? And people will say, well, I want these other frequencies. Why? The data is really good on twice a week. Now, granted, we should probably do some back work all 4 days. That's a little bit of an exception. But back's very complicated. There's a lot of different muscles involved, and we can divide it up a little bit more. Okay, fine. Particularly because we're deadlifting and stuff on 2 of the days. Right? These are time-proven templates. They work. These are time-proven templates that work for people who aren't genetically gifted. They work for people who are genetically gifted. They work for drug-free people. They work for people on steroids. So my question to all the people out there who ask all these silly programming questions, why? Like, why do you want to deviate from the stuff that is proven to work? I just simply cannot comprehend when I tell you guys over and over and over, look, these systems work. This is what I coach my own clients on, and they get phenomenal results. Now I have to program all of it for them. And that's fine. You might need a coach to program for you. But here's the thing. If you're having to ask programming questions of me, you probably do need guidance. Like Ed, you probably do need to hire a coach when you're at the point where you're asking stuff like that of how often should you bench every week? How often should you overhead press every week? Okay, if you're needing to ask deep programming questions for you personally and you can't figure that out on your own, just based on the info that I and other people give you and the free templates and stuff we give you, then you probably do need a coach. You really do. But you're not going to like what your coach is going to tell you because your coach is going to put you on what they know works. So, I mean, a perfect example, like I'll be honest, if you hire me as a coach and you don't like the sort of templates you see me doing and promoting, I want people to step back and think, do you think my clients don't do the stuff that I promote? Do you think that I promote and tell you guys this is what non-novice lifters should be doing? Right? This is what they should be doing. This is what I do for the most part. And this is how I think people in other categories maybe don't have perfect lifestyles should do it different. Do you think the people who are paying me that I do something completely different from that for them? No, we just fine tune all of that for their custom needs. That's exactly what they do. Okay. These days, most of my clients run 4-day upper lower linear programs, or they run 4-day upper lower conjugate programs. 90% of my paying clients are going to be on one of those two things. So if people who are paying me and getting results, and they're paying me for it, mind you, and they're getting results and they keep paying me because they're getting great results, if that's what I tell them to do, like, why would I advise anyone publicly to do anything else? And here's the thing. If I know something works and I use these things for my own people, why wouldn't I tell you guys publicly that that's what you need to do? And why would you think that I would endorse anything else? Why do you think any good coach would endorse something different from what they have their clients do and their lifters and their athletes do? And what do you think we're going to respond with when you guys come up with, well, I heard from this whatever fitness Instagrammer that push-pull legs 6 days a week is the way to go, and we should do this. And it's like, well, I don't care. Maybe you should go listen to that dumbass. You know, birds of a feather flock together. You want to listen to that dumbass, go listen to that dumbass, and you can be a dumbass like him. But don't cry when you don't get the results that you want, because the odds are that guy probably very genetically gifted and using a pretty hefty dose of gear. Oh, I'm sorry, he claims he's natural. That's right. I mean, claiming to be natural means that you're natural because no one would ever lie about their illegal drug use. It would help them make tons of extra money and be good at what they do, would they? Right? No one's ever lied about steroid use. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so if he says he's natural, then he's natural. And I have some real estate for sale for you, some oceanfront property in Arizona, if you believe that. Okay, but let's come over to the point. Don't ask coaches about training methods that they don't endorse of how you should program it. And stop making up your own stuff. Okay, if you are not qualified to coach other people, you don't have enough experience to coach other people. What makes you think you can write your own programs? You need to follow the stuff that coaches are telling you works. You're not a special, unique, beautiful snowflake that needs to do something completely different from all their athletes. Okay? That's not the real world. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.